Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday. Oh, it's afternoon. About 12:30 Thursday, October 28th. Just an update. Try and show you what the greenhouse changes look like. It's a little hard, but you can kind of see the post in the back of the greenhouse. That's in between the two greenhouses. There's a smaller greenhouse inside the bigger greenhouse. And the bigger greenhouse, the outside, has got the um, roof support. It's the tree that broke over there, broken tree over there. And I use that to put the supports in the greenhouse there. So there's part of it runs across the roof of the greenhouse and the post in the back. And then I have a metal door and door frame in the front for the support for the roof. Hopefully that's going to be able to hold up. I've got the cables over the top of that also, so I'm hoping it'll hold up to the little bit of snow we may get this winter. They said it's supposed to be a mild, dry winter, and I'm hoping it is. So I don't know how well that will hold up otherwise. And you probably can't tell, but I dug out the whole garden area there, except for my broccoli up here in the front, and put my whole wood pile down underneath the garden soil and put the garden soil and stuff back on. And it's still sinking down a bit, even with all that wood and scraps and bark and all sorts of stuff that I cleaned up out of the yard and threw in the hole. But that hole had been filled in with wood chips. And the wood chips, as they were breaking down, were sinking quite a bit. Made really good soil, but it's still sinking a bit. The ducks are over there, but you probably can't see them. They're laying under the peach tree. And my grape arbor here, I'm working on getting the bird netting over. Normally you'd put it on in summer, but there'd be no way I could do that with the thing already full of leaves and stuff. So I'm doing it now while I'm doing the pruning and stuff, and we'll see how that works. I think it will work out. There's some water down there on the leaves. It's making it look like a strobe light. The raspberries are still coming in over there, so I've left those. And the boysenberries actually it spread out. It grew a lot. I didn't get any boysenberries this year, but this was the first year of the transplant of the tiny little vines, and they have grown quite a bit this last year. So as soon as a bit more of the leaves come off, I'm going to get them tied up on the grape arbor on that side there. And the strawberries are spread out all over from their barrel, but they're covered in it's not a red clover, but it's a pink clover of some sort. It has kind of overrun the strawberries. So I'm going to have to do some figuring out. I want to keep the clover because it was really nice and the bees really liked it. But I got to somehow get it a little more under control because it really took off and covered everything. So work on that. I harvested all the apple trees off, or the apples off the apple tree back there. They're still a bit green, so I'm letting them. Hopefully, they'll finish ripening up so I can um, um, extract the juice. I got a juicer for them, and I'm gonna juice them and then use the juice to make either a hard cider or a wine. Something we'll see what ends up coming out of that. But I just wanted to show you the greenhouse there. I put my peppers out there. Our peppers are still growing out there. The blooms haven't fallen off and they haven't developed anymore on the ones that hadn't developed. And that bucket thing on the ground, I've got a lot of tomato plants. I cut them back really severely and just kept the little bit of the stump and the roots, and I put them in peat moss with a little bit of water. I'm going to gathered some of the carrots that didn't develop and put them in a pot in there. And I'm going to go collect the beets. All the beets I found are still real small, so I'm going to put them in. I may not get beets next year. I might just get the seeds, but better that than nothing. Nothing really had a chance to develop. My sunflowers, I finally harvested the last sunflower, and the seeds inside them don't feel like they're very developed. I'm sure I've got enough to replant next year, but they just didn't develop. So I think because we were under the smoke and the cold all summer, that nothing really did. I got a whole box of almonds. I'm really thrilled about that. In fact, let me see. Last time I showed it, it was just a bowl, but now I've gotten almost trees. And let's see if I can. There's my box of almonds. It's about, I figure 12 by 8 by 8. So it's a few pounds, which, this is my first good year with it. I've had little bits before this, but this was a pretty good harvest, so I'm pretty pleased with that. Got a lot of pumpkins, but you probably can't see them from here. Let's see if I move this. You don't have a camera to go outside, unfortunately, so let's see. Can you see the pumpkins? Not really. The shells inside the greenhouse. I've got a bunch of pumpkins. I've got at least a dozen pumpkins out there, which is really nice. My broccoli, I left the broccoli in the ground because it is finally putting on heads. And I know they're supposed to get better as the weather gets colder. I don't know exactly how long though they will go. We will see. That's them right there. So I think that's about it. I'm processing some of the pumpkins and squash. And then I got a little bit of a break here. I ordered a new nutcracker for the almonds because the handle on my old one broke. I can probably rig something up, but I may have to. I ordered one on eBay and it turned out to be a plastic piece of junk. The almonds were stronger than the handle on the nut. I don't know what I'll do with that. Then I ordered another one. It's kind of a hopper thing with a turn. We'll see if that works. I kept looking for industrial nut crackers, and I can find some in the $300 range, but I can't find anything cheaper than that that looks like it'll work. So we'll try this one. I paid more than I wanted, $35, but if it works, it'll be a good investment. If it doesn't, well, then I will probably just try and handle together for my old one and use that. I don't want to have to go to the hammer mill. I guess we'll just see how it goes. There's the ducks. Looks like they came out. Do a little scrounging around. I moved the fence back so they the garden area, except for this, except for my berries and my broccoli. Don't want them in my berries or broccoli right now, so. All right, I think I'll close it there. Somebody on YouTube was saying if you're quiet now about what's going on, you're complicit. And I can certainly understand that because I felt that way about those who were standing by in the subway when the evil was being perpetrated. But what can you say on YouTube these days? It's a spiritual battle, and we all need to have our armor on and do what you can to fight the evil one and pray incessantly. What more can I say? I could say a lot, but it just gets me upset and nobody wants to hear it anyhow. So I'll just show you what I'm doing, and if it inspires you, that is absolutely wonderful. I'm glad. The earth was made for mankind. We come out of the earth. We are of the earth. So anybody who wants to turn you into a cyborg, well, that's not God's plan. So be at peace, strong, do whatever you can to prepare for this. Mostly pray, but you really do need to consider. Jehovah told Joseph to prepare for those 7 good years before the 7 hard years. So he expects us to look forward and do what we can to prepare. So don't just sit back and think, well, Jehovah's going to take care of me. I don't need to do anything. Because it may not work out that way. So anyhow, guys, take care. I'll give you a couple minutes to watch the ducks, as long as they're up moving around. And then I will sign out. Have a wonderful day. Take advantage of every minute as if it's the last one you may have. Praise God. Give Him glory. That is the whole obligation of man. Well, that and obey his commandments. That's the whole obligation of man. Bye bye, guys.